Hey everyone!
Hi!
I'm back! I've been gone for a little while off social media, but I miss actually the community that I've built on social media, and so I'm happy to be back interacting with everyone. This is my friend Jean.
Hi!
And Jean came to us because we needed help. We needed help with the kids, and I also personally needed help with my disorder. So, what are we talking about? I'm going to share my story.
Yes.
So, I know that when I first got sick, Rod had posted, what happened, but I've never really talked about it or shared it on social media. And I would love to do that for awareness and see if, I can help others share their story because everyone has a story to tell.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll go back to the morning of May 10th.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up and it was a normal Monday morning. It was the day after Mother's Day, and I came downstairs and Janie was sitting at the counter, and I poured my coffee and I came in, I sat next to her, and then all of a sudden I felt this odd, strange sensation go up my spine and then down my arms. So like down my arms like this. And I was like, I don't feel good. That was really weird.
Yeah.
So I went to lay on the sofa, and Janie got her stuff together and she left for the bus because they were actually back in school then.
Yeah.
And I took some Tylenol, and Rod was like, "Are you okay? What's going on?" And then I started crying. I was like, "I'm not okay. I'm feeling all these weird sensations in my body. I think I have to go to urgent care." And he's like, "I think we should go to the ER because you're not, like, this is not right."
Mm-hmm.
And so Gwen was already dressed.
Mm-hmm.
Rod ran upstairs to get Travis, and I went into the foyer I had these like big thick winter socks on, even though it was May, and I was trying to take them off to put on other shoes, but at that point, that's when my arms and my hands I lost mobility. So I couldn't use my arms and my hands, and poor Gwen, I was like, "Gwen, you're gonna have to take mommy's socks off because I can't." And we left for the emergency room, and at that point I was able to walk, but with bent legs. I couldn't straighten my legs. And by the time we got to the emergency room at St. Barnabas, I could not walk at all.
Wow.
Yeah. Crazy. So it was like, I would say within an hour, I was like paralyzed. And from there, we had our experience at St. Barnabas, which I'll talk about another time. And they sent me home, and I couldn't get up any stairs really, so I stayed in the guest room on the first floor. And I had an appointment with my doctor, like a video appointment with my doctor or a virtual appointment with my doctor the next day. And at that point she was extremely concerned because I was not able to urinate.
Someone is at the front door.
Yes. And so she's like, "You could get a kidney infection."
Wow.
So she was like, "You know what?" Rod's like, "I need to figure out what I'm doing with my kids. I need to get them to school."
Be back.
Okay.
Okay.
And lo and behold, I said to Rod, "I think I need to go to the bathroom." After we got off the phone with the doctor, and I stood up and it just kind of came out. Sorry for the gory details.
Motion detected at the front door.
And so at that point we knew, okay, I urinated. I'm not gonna have a kidney infection. So I went back and talked to my doctor again, and she recommended that I make an appointment with the neurologist at Overlook Medical Center. So that is how we got to Overlook. But I was home in the guest room from Monday to Thursday, getting worse every day. I do remember at one point, I could hold a cracker in between my fingers on my left hand. So the right side of my body was 100% paralyzed. The left side of my body was probably like 85%. Like I could like hold a cracker and I could lift my left foot off the bed. I don't know, maybe like that much.
Wow.
And it was funny because I didn't realize what else was going on in my body at the time, but you know, Travis would come in and he would like want to like, you know, cuddle with his mommy, and he would like jump on me, and Rod's like, no, don't do that. And I'm like, I can't feel anything anyway. Like everything was numb. Yeah, it was really strange. So we got to the neurologist appointment on Thursday. They examined me. They said the first thing they wanted to do was rule out transverse myelitis, which we had never heard of before.
Right.
And after she examined me, they took me straight down to the emergency room. They booked an emergency MRI. I would say from the time we got to Overlook to the time I was diagnosed was probably less than 3 hours, which in the hospital world, I think is like lightning fast.
Yes, that's amazing.
And like the nurse didn't even want to talk to me until she got my emergency MRI put into the system.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like she was like, there's nothing more important than getting you in the system for the MRI right now. And I would say like, I don't know, like 10 minutes after my MRI, they came in and gave me a diagnosis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like so fast. I cannot say enough about Overlook Medical Center.
They're the best.
And the staff there. So they said to me, you have transverse myelitis, which of course we'd never heard of before.
Right.
And they said, we're admitting you, we're gonna start you on steroids tonight. You're gonna be with us here in the hospital for a little while. And then you'll go to rehab, and you'll be in rehab anywhere from 2 weeks to 3 months. So when I heard that, I was like, no, I'll be there for 2 weeks. Like,
yeah, because you must have been freaking out.
I wasn't actually.
Wow.
I don't know how. Well, I know how, like by the grace of God and
stay calm.
All of my mental health that I had worked on for so many years. Let me tell you how much that paid off in this situation. I was very calm, but I was also very determined. Like I was like, I'm not going to be in a rehab for 3 months. You've got to be like, hell
kidding me.
No. Hell no.
With 3 kids.
3 kids.
Gotta go home.
Yeah. So I was in the hospital for 9 days. I went to Kessler Rehabilitation Center in West Orange, and I was there for 2 weeks. 2 weeks to the day I got to leave. And I came home, and you don't know what you don't know. And I was like, I'm gonna get over this. I'm gonna be great in like 6 weeks. I'm gonna be ready in September to do, school and with the kids and the drop-offs and the pickups and the da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I was doing really well. I came home with a walker in June. I was using my cane by July. I was very high functioning. And I had pain, but I don't remember it being so intense.
Right.
I remember it being more like dull. And September came. I was not healed by any means. But I did feel like I could do the drop-offs, the pickups, and Rod was still working from home at that point. So I think he was going into the office 1 or 2 days a week. Mm-hmm. So of course I had his help. And I did that for about 6 weeks or 5 weeks. And then I woke up one morning, it was Friday, October 15th, and I couldn't walk.
Oh my God.
So I wasn't paralyzed. My legs were so weak they couldn't hold
Hold your body up.
Exactly. So at that point we were like, and I had help over the summer. I had part-time help over the summer, but then Prim went back to college and we were having trouble finding help. But after that 3 days of not being able to walk, we really turned that up, and thankfully we did, because that's when Jean came into our lives, who we love so much, who we feel like has been a part of our family forever.
I feel the same.
I know. There's nothing
Yes.
like it. If you've ever experienced this kind of friendship, there's nothing like it.
Aww.
I love you. So that's kind of the long short. Oh, and then we just got over COVID here. I tested positive for COVID on Christmas Eve day. And I still have some cough and fatigue, but I'm very weak again. I can walk. Sometimes my right leg gives out, but I'm very weak, and looking forward to going back to PT. And I'm determined to beat this thing this year.
Mm-hmm.
So there will be more on the docket. I'm going to share a lot of stuff about what my disorder is, what kind of meds I'm on, what alternative medicine I do, what's a day in the life like, what is my, PT, all of that. And I really hope that you guys stay tuned, and I hope that I can educate and inspire.
Yeah.
Thank you.